Me gusta Jordan y jugar.
Gracias,
Viva Jordani.
Estamos listos, ready to go.
How was Canelo with you? Likes you, yeah.
I mean, he respect.
Respect, yeah.
Eddie as well.
Yeah. Reynoso?
Eddie, yeah.
Yeah. It's not easy to get his respect.
No.
He's a very serious man.
Yeah. He's a tough guy. Like
He is. A tough guy to win over.
Yeah.
Because he don't need you.
No.
You know? No, you know. I'm happy they showed you your respect.
Over here. Yeah, on that side.
Hola mi querida familia de No Puedes Jugar Boxeo, los saludos amigos, Rey Salvador como siempre, con un enorme placer de trabajar para todos ustedes. Bueno, estamos ya instalados en la conferencia de prensa final aquí desde San Diego, California. Vemos a Hearn, vemos a Mar Castro y estamos viendo ya lo que son, por supuesto, Daniel Herrera, lo que son las preliminares de este gran combate, Chocolatito y el Rey Martínez. Todo listo, querida familia de No Puedes Jugar Boxeo, estaremos narrándoles aquí a detalle todo lo que pasa desde San Diego, California. Así es que prepárense porque esta es la parte de las preliminares. Ya vendrán, por supuesto, los estelaristas.
Well, day after the official launch of Canelo Bivol, the show continues from Southern California as we steam towards Saturday night, where the super flyweights once again take center stage on the zone. And good afternoon, everybody. Justin Jackal welcoming you back to San Diego, where Master Boxing presents the official press conference for Chocolatito Martinez. And for the second time in as many U.S. fights in 2022, the super flyweights are still the spotlight here in the United States. On March the 5th, this Saturday, the great Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez steps back inside the ring to take on the reigning WBC flyweight champion Julio Cesar Martinez at the Pechanga Arena in downtown San Diego. It's happening live on the zone, and it's the centerpiece of an absolutely stacked card surrounding the main event. Without further ado, let's meet some of the fighters from Saturday's show. Here's Matchroom Chairman Eddie Hearn.
Well, thank you very much and welcome to San Diego ahead of a huge night of boxing this Saturday live all around the world on the zone. As you said, headlined by an incredible fight in the super flyweight division between the pound-for-pound legend Chocolatito and the WBC flyweight world champion Mexico's Julio Cesar Martinez. Lots to discuss, of course. Yesterday we were here in San Diego for the press conference to announce Canelo Alvarez against Demetrius Bivol live on the zone pay-per-view, May the 7th, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Huge schedule coming up over the next couple of months, of course. This weekend in San Diego. Next week, Lee Wood defends his world title against Michael Conlan in Nottingham. The week after in Los Angeles for Michael McKinson's challenge of Virgil Ortiz. The week after in Leeds, Josh Warrington bids to become a two-time world champion against Kiko Martinez. And April features Gennady Golovkin against Murata, features Conor Benn, features Taylor Serrano at Madison Square Garden, and moving into a huge May with Canelo. The zone truly the global home of boxing. Lots to discuss here, and before we go on to our main event fights, we talk to our cast from Before the Bell, who are going to be kicking off the action in San Diego on Saturday. Huge crowd expected, and to my left, first of all, two fighters who are taking on local fighters with no fear. Anthony Herrera, firstly, Superman. Welcome. Great debut for you at Madison Square Garden on the Lopez Kambosos card, and ready to thrill everybody in San Diego this weekend.
Right, so this is my second pro fight, and I'm just looking forward to it. Saturday's same thing I did in MSG. I'm real excited.
You're having a nice run, Madison Square Garden now, probably 8,000 here in San Diego on Saturday. Must have been a good experience soaking up New York Fight Week and learned a lot from that.
Right, yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I love New York. I love everything about the pros. You know, it's a lot more freedom than the amateurs, and I'm just real excited because it's here in California. I'm not a lot of my folks, my supporters, they're going to come watch me, and I'm going to show them.
You like to put on a show, very excited in New York, all action. Is that the plan in the pro ranks? You want to make a name for yourself and entertain the fight fans? It's going to be some very knowledgeable, very loud, very passionate fight fans here in San Diego the weekend.
Right, of course, that's the plan. You know, I just want to just take it a fight at a time, just make sure I perform right, and that's all that really matters. You know, just everything will take care of it. Take care of it.
Thank you. Well, one of our latest signings from Australia, Sky Nicholson, incredible amateur career, Commonwealth Games gold medal, world medal in the World Championships, bronze medal, Olympian as well, unlucky not to medal there, made the transition to the pros, moved over to the UK. As you said, you're an Australian who's living in the UK and fighting in America. So Saturday night, your professional debut in San Diego must be ready to go.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's been a whirlwind, huge journey, but I'm absolutely loving the process, and I cannot wait for Saturday night.
Like Anthony, fighting a fighter from San Diego, straight in your debut, going into a 3-0 fight, a very tough fight. But I know that in speaking to your team, you wanted to fight at a high level from your debut. You've had a very extensive amateur career, and you feel like you're going to see the best of Sky Nicholson against quality opposition.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's, you said it, the best Sky Nicholson's against quality opponents, and that's why I wanted this fight. I wanted someone who's coming in there to win, and that's where you're going to see my best performance.
I know as well plans to maybe go back to Paris to try and get that Olympic gold, but enjoying the pro scene so far. At the Canelo press conference yesterday, you was at the Taylor Serrano press conference, done some commentary for the zone as well, but looking forward to actually fighting on Saturday night.
Absolutely loving all of it. I think the fight's just going to be a cherry on top, but I absolutely love the whole experience and just soaking it all up.
Looking forward to watching your pro debut on Saturday. Mark Castro, welcome Mark. 5 wins, 5 knockouts. They said when you made the transition from the amateurs, 15 or 16 time national champion? Well, which one's going to get it wrong? 17, got them all wrong. Well done. And they said that, you know, such an incredible amateur for Team USA, would he bring power to the pro division? You've done that, 5 wins, 5 knockouts, boxed all around the US on some huge cards as well. I'm ready for another big show in San Diego on Saturday.
Definitely ready for another big show this Saturday with Master in the Zone. I'm ready to display my talents here in San Diego.
I know there's a lot of fighters coming through the Olympics. We all know that you weren't able to compete in the Olympics, but a lot of those guys, Keyshawn and those guys, you've beaten them in the amateurs. You had the best of all of those top fighters coming through. You really see yourself as the premier standout prospect in US boxing right now.
Well, my main goal was always, since the beginning, just focus in my lane, just stay in my lane, and work hard in the gym, stay humble, and I'm beating all these guys for a reason, and I'm not stopping them.
Finally, May 7th coming up with Canelo Alvarez, your first 3 fights were on Canelo Alvarez cards. Obviously want to take care of business on Saturday night, but I'm sure you'll be making the call to me after this fight to try and squeeze on in Las Vegas as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not overlooking this guy. I want to take care of business in a spectacular fashion and get the win and hopefully return to Las Vegas.
Diego Pacheco, welcome. Still baffles me how young you are in this game. You seem to have been around now for well, you have been for 3 years now, boxing all over the US, in Mexico as well, some great performances. New link up for you with Jose Benavidez and the team. How's that been for you? And looking forward to showcasing what you've learned over the last couple of months.
Yeah, you know, I've been around for a while, and you know, I feel like a lot of people forget that I'm still 20 years old. But like you said, I made a few changes in my camp. You know, I linked up with Jose Benavidez, Team Benavidez, and camp has been great, man. I'm excited to show the world a new Diego Pacheco this Saturday.
When I was talking to Jose, he was even talking about you potentially fighting at middleweight. I mean, is that realistic? We always look at you, and I felt like one day you'd end up being a heavyweight, to be honest with you, the size of you at such a young age as well. But really getting to the stage now where you're on the verge of fighting for championship fights, need to establish which division you'll be in. I know the focus is just on the fight on Saturday, but interestingly, we never really looked too closely at middleweight. It could be a possibility as well.
Yeah, well, you know, my first 3 fights as a pro were at 160, and you know, it was kind of tough back then. You know, I thought, you know, I was still growing, so I might as well move up to 168. But, you know, ever since I've been in camp with Jose, been here in San Diego for almost 2 months, you know, I was already on weight 2 weeks before coming here. So, you know, like, you know, I feel like you made 160 easy, and, you know, with the right training camp and the right everything, you know, I feel like 160 would be a good weight class for me, and, you know, get a title there first, and then eventually move back up to 168.
Well, look forward to seeing you back in action, Team Benavidez. At the weekend, of course, a huge card on Saturday night, and before the bell, broadcast all over the world with 4 exceptional young talents: Mark Castro, Diego Pacheco, Sky Nicholson making their professional debut, and Anthony Herrera. We're going to have a group photo up here, and we'll move on to the main card. Thank you.
Pero rato ya lo dice, no soy Superman. Yo soy Superman. Ya se viene la conferencia de prensa, la estelar de la noche. Lo pueden ver.
Yeah. So, well, there's going to be.
Lo vemos.
Well, no, I think we should do the 2 fights, yeah.
30 seconds.
2 fights at the same time, yeah. And then Lara fight with Hearn.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
15 seconds.
Sure.
Fierro de Tijuana para el
History could be understated as we just saw April 30th. New York Madison Square Garden, the first ever show in Figure headline by 2 female fighters. Great meeting against New York's own Amanda Serrano. We saw a couple of fighters moments ago. Anthony Herrera making his pro debut in MSG. Sky Nicholson making his pro debut Saturday, perhaps wanting to fight top that card later on April 30th in MSG as well. MSG is playing here at the let's go back up to the stage.
Well, thank you. We move to the main card now. It's incredible fights in what will be a fantastic night of boxing this Saturday in San Diego. Of course, headline between Chocolatito and Julio Cesar Martinez. We're expecting around 8,000 at the Pechanga Stadium on Saturday night. Arena is going to be an incredible atmosphere, witnessing some great fights, including these two. Of course, the 2016 Olympian Suleiman Sissoko against Roberto Valenzuela, and a rising lightweight star, Angel Fierro, against Juan Carlos Burgos as well. We're going to start with the Suleiman Sissoko fight against Valenzuela, and our friend gave on the translation there. Firstly, Roberto Valenzuela, big opportunity for you, big fight, 19 wins, all coming by knockout. We should expect an explosive fight on Saturday.
Una gran oportunidad para ti, 19 victorias, todas por nocaut. ¿Crees que será una gran oportunidad para ti?
Claro que sí, ahorita hemos estado teniendo un gran campamento, una gran preparación. Sabemos que esta es mi oportunidad de brillar, de darme a conocer, y toda la gente va a conocer mi nombre después del sábado de la noche.
Of course, it's a great opportunity for me, and I'm aware of that. It's my opportunity to shine and to make myself known and make sure that everyone knows my name after a performance this Saturday.
You're facing an outstanding opponent in Suleiman Sissoko, but you are facing a Frenchman, and there will be a huge Mexican crowd there on Saturday night. Going to be looking to use that crowd to your advantage and give them a great show.
Tienes un gran rival de Francia, pero también tú vas a tener el apoyo del público mexicano. ¿Lo vas a utilizar a tu favor?
Claro, sabemos que tenemos un buen oponente, un peleador invicto que entrenó para ganar, pero pues yo creo que tomaron una mala decisión en traerlo a mí porque para ver que los mexicanos traemos el power en esta fusión.
Great opportunity, you know, undefeated fighter, but I trained to win. I'm going to demonstrate that it was a bad decision to have faced me. I'm going to demonstrate what Mexican fighters are really made of.
Well, sure, it sounds exciting to me. I mean, you saw firsthand the incredible atmosphere that the Mexican fans deliver. In fact, 8,000 for you this time is going to be quite a small crowd compared to the 74,000 you fought in front of when we did Canelo against Billy Joe Saunders. But a very game opponent, and looking forward to a great fight on Saturday.
Yes, like I said, he's young, he's hungry, he can punch, so that's good for me. And yes, I can wait Saturday night to take care of business.
Obviously, is this a case of you're now positioned in a world ranking, you believe you're ready to move on in 2022 to challenge for a world title? These are the kind of opponents you should be taking care of en route to the World Championship.
That's right, you know, Venezuela is a good opponent, like I said, and he got a good record, good knockout, so that's good for me to challenge for the world title, for sure. Because this year I want to challenge for the world title, and I have to pass this first test.
Well, it's a great test for you. Julio Cesar 2016 medalist in the Olympics against Valenzuela, 19 wins, 19 knockouts, and another fight that's going to be incredibly explosive. Angel Fierro, who is one of the rising lightweight stars with Box Stars Promotion and JC and the team there, and of course Juan Carlos Burgos, former world champion. And I'll start with you, Juan. A great fight for you on Saturday. We know how tough you are. A lot of people talking about this fight with Angel Fierro. We expect a great fight between two warriors on Saturday.
Es una gran oportunidad, todos saben que eres un peleador muy fuerte y muchos han hablado de este gran duelo que vamos a tener este sábado. ¿Crees que será algo muy emocionante para los aficionados?
Claro que sí, va a ser una pelea interesante. Hay varios ingredientes que hacen interesante esta pelea entre yo y Ángel Fierro. La juventud contra la experiencia son ingredientes que van a estar latentes el día de la pelea. Contento y emocionado de tener una pelea de este nivel y pues venimos a ganar y a demostrar que Juan Carlos Burgos sigue vigente.
Of course, it's going to be a very interesting fight because it possesses some of the ingredients that makes it interesting. Between me and Angel, it's going to be a fight between youth and experience, and it's, again, those ingredients that you want to stay tuned to this fight, and the fans are going to walk away very happy from this fight, so make sure that you stay tuned for me.
Angel, welcome. One thing we always get from you is tremendous action, tremendous excitement. You expect the same on Saturday night?
Bienvenido, Ángel. Siempre esperamos ver una pelea de acción cuando estás dentro del cuadrilátero. Esta vez no será la excepción, ¿verdad?
Muchísimas gracias por la invitación. Contento de regresar. Siempre cuando hay muy buenas peleas, como lo he demostrado en las peleas pasadas, y esta no va a ser excepción contra un gran rival. Y pues vamos a sacar chispa este sábado.
Yes, thank you. I'm happy to be returning, and I always give good fights. I've demonstrated that in the past. This is not an exception, a big opportunity. You're going to see fireworks and sparks this Saturday.
And finally now, world ranked as well. You had a great run, big fight for you on Saturday, but closing in on some of the big fights in the lightweight division, this is absolute must-win for you on Saturday night.
Clasificado al nivel mundial, una victoria, ¿crees que lo que sigue para ti es una oportunidad para el título mundial?
Emocionado de ser clasificado y claro, después de sacar una victoria con Carlos Burgos, pido la oportunidad por un campeonato del mundo, sea quien sea, estoy listo para él.
Yes, very excited. And after this victory with Burgos, I'm going to be asking for those opportunities, whoever may be. I'm looking for those world title opportunities.
Thank you very much, guys. This is going to be an absolute card full of fireworks on Saturday night. Julio Cesar in action, of course, Angel Fierro, both looking to challenge for world titles in 2022. A stiff test to overcome, firstly live on the zone. Gentlemen, we're going to have head-to-heads up here. Thank you. Stay there, sir. Stay there.
Ahí está la presentación. Está el paseo de Burgos, una pelea que va a ser literalmente el siguiente paso para la pelea de los restos de Express. Ahí lo vemos en el peso, frente a frente, para acá el face to face. Ahí lo estamos tratando prácticamente. Buena experiencia. Claro, está aquí. Va a ser seguramente la pelea. Bien. ¿Qué decir? Roberto Lara, ya se tiene Chocolatito, ya se tiene Rey Martínez, Leo. Están moviendo. Saludos a los grandes, a Mendoza, sí, se oye muy bien. Saludos a Leti y a su hija Vicky desde Huaticán, dice Abraham Mendoza, con todo gusto. Osvaldo Castro, con todo el compañero. Está llegando ya el Bronco. Van a ser muy bien dicho, ¿no? Van a ser lo que estelar y después de estelar. Soccer fan, veo por aquí, con gusto. Almería y Alba. Saludos de Puebla, Manuel Martínez, Saludos a Albaltura, gracias por su mata. Pierre Ruiz, está por aquí Constantino Elodio Arregle, Alegre, perdón. Bueno, todo listo ahora sí, señores, porque vamos a escuchar la conferencia de prensa de este giro muy interesante.
Well, welcome back. Before we go to our main event, which really is a breathtaking one between pound-for-pound legend Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez and WBC World Champion Julio Cesar Martinez, we finish with our co-main event of the evening on this incredible night of boxing in San Diego this Saturday, live on the Zone, all around the world. Trust me, you're going to witness an incredible atmosphere in the Pechanga Arena on Saturday in San Diego. First, we talk about this fight between Mauricio Lara and Emilio Sanchez. Of course, Mauricio Lara broke everybody's hearts in the UK around a year ago when he came over as, I guess, a hand-picked opponent to fight Josh Warrington in his comeback fight. Mauricio Lara went and knocked out Josh Warrington, who is regarded as the #1 featherweight in the world. Came back, rematched him in front of 19,000 at the Headingley Stadium, a fight that ended after 2 rounds in a no contest because of a cut. He now stands as one of the most dangerous featherweights in the world right now against Emilio Sanchez, with Manny Robles, someone that's coming, believe they can make a name for themselves in the division. This is going to be a fantastic all-action fight. Emilio, I'll start with you. A lot of people talking about this fight, a lot of people talking about you in boxing. Manny Robles is a big believer in yourself. This is a tough fight, but one you truly believe you can win on Saturday.
Yes, I'm very excited for this fight. I believe in my skills. I believe I can beat Mauricio Lara this coming Saturday.
Obviously, we didn't know a lot about Mauricio Lara before the Josh Warrington fight. He came and just shocked the world that night as well. Someone that's very tough, has tremendous power, and I'm sure you've studied him going into this fight.
Yes, I studied him very well. He has great power, but it's nothing new to me. I fought guys like him before. I believe I can beat him.
And obviously now Mauricio Lara ranked so highly in all the governing bodies for you and your career. This would put you straight in line for a shot at the world featherweight title, a massive opportunity for you on Saturday.
Yes, me beating Mauricio Lara will put me right back into the mix, put me in the rankings, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing.
Well, Mauricio, El Bronco, again, I look at you and I just remember that night against Josh Warrington where literally you broke everybody's hearts that night. You sit here now as one of the most dangerous men in the division. Looking forward to get back in the ring on Saturday night.
Cada vez que te miro, me recuerdo de la noche cuando rompiste todos los corazones con Warrington. Es un peleador emocionante y ¿qué vamos a esperar de este sábado?
Hola, me siento contento de hacer mi debut aquí en Estados Unidos en una gran cartelera como la de Chocolatito Martínez. Me siento contento, lo voy a repetir y bueno, como siempre lo hago, vengo por una guerra y así será.
I'm very happy to be making my professional debut in the United States on this big card between Chocolatito and Martinez. And as I repeat, I'm very happy, and as always, you're going to expect a war.
A lot of people talking about the punch power of Mauricio Lara. I'm sure you feel that you have more to your arsenal than just that, but looking to come in and land those big shots and make a statement on Saturday.
Todos hablan de tu pegada, que tienes mucho poder, pero tienes más herramientas, ¿verdad? Y vas a querer mostrar eso el sábado y también conectar con grandes golpes.
Claro, hemos aprendido muchas cosas en estos últimos tiempos. Hice cambios muy drásticos en mi esquina, en mi persona y este 5 de marzo verán un Bronco Lara muy diferente.
Oh yes, of course. I learned a lot in recent times. I've made a lot of drastic changes both in my corner and in myself, and this March 5 you're going to see a different Mauricio Lara.
And finally, your last fight was in front of 19,000 Brits. The fight before was behind closed doors because of COVID. Huge crowd there on Saturday. A lot of Mexican fight fans. It's going to be good to try and fight in front of some home support this weekend.
La primera vez que peleaste con Borneo fue frente a una multitud de 19,000 personas, luego con puerta cerrada debido a la pandemia, pero esta vez vas a regresar frente a una afición mexicana. ¿Estás emocionante al respecto?
Claro, me siento muy contento. Después de pelear con 22,000 personas, es mejor regresar a lo mexicano.
Of course, I'm very happy after having fought in front of 22,000 fans. It's good to be coming back home with the Mexican crowd.
Well, thank you, Mauricio. Emilio, fantastic fight for the featherweight division. Mauricio Lara, one of the most dangerous at 126 in the world, against Emilio Sanchez and Manny Robles and the team looking to cause a big upset. San Diego on Saturday night, live on the zone. We're going to have a head-to-head here. Thank you.
Sale Mauricio Lara, todo listo para entrar aquí en Chocolatito. Llegue nada más ni nada menos que Rey Martínez, que anda por aquí.
15 seconds.
Bueno, ahí sí, ahora sí. Ahí está el Rey Martínez, el Chocolatito. Y bueno, una conferencia de prensa que sin duda será muy interesante. Estamos listos para llevarles en vivo los detalles. 15 segundos esperando a Hearn para dar el gran especial. Le piden al Chocolatito que mete la base. Todo listo para acá.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We get to the main event of the evening, and I just had a little bit of goosebumps when I saw these two come up on the stage, because as a fight fan, this fight fills me with so much excitement. Picture the scene 6 weeks ago, of course, previously announced, Roman Gonzalez against Juan Francisco Estrada, the trilogy in San Diego. I was actually sitting in the cinema at the time, and I got a text from Juan Estrada's manager to say, look, he's just not recovering from COVID. He won't be ready for March 5th. We'd already sold a huge amount of tickets for the fight. And then I started thinking about possible replacements, maybe a fight with Ankarjas, the other world champion, or somebody else in the division. And then I just thought about this crazy Mexican that we represented called Julio Cesar Martinez, the WBC world flyweight champion. And I thought to myself, he wouldn't take that fight, would he? Chocolatito wouldn't take that fight, would he? And I text Eddie Reynoso and I said, would Julio Cesar Martinez be interested in fighting Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez? And he said, wait 1 second. And 30 seconds later, he came back and he said, my crazy guy is ready. This is one of the most exciting, dangerous pound-for-pound fighters in the sport against one of the absolute all-time legends of the sport in Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. In a sport that is so difficult to make big fights. We saw it recently with Jesse Rodriguez against Rungvisai. I want to say thank you to these two individuals for accepting the challenge and giving us what I believe will be a fight we will never forget on Saturday night. Firstly, I want to talk to Julio Cesar Martinez. Julio, welcome. Con todos menos con miedo is something you always tell me. With everything but fear. This is it. This is a huge challenge for you on Saturday night, but I know you're ready for this.
Bienvenido, como siempre dices, con todo menos con miedo. Este es un gran reto para ti, ¿verdad?
Pues ahora sí que un gran reto, muy emocionado, motivado, pues que vamos a pelear contra una gran leyenda como es este Roman Chocolatito González, agradeciéndole también que haya pues escogido a nosotros para esta gran pelea y pues como siempre, ¿no? Con todo menos con miedo y con quien sea, donde sea.
It's a big challenge. I'm very excited and I'm motivated to be fighting a big legend like Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. I want to thank him for choosing us in this big fight. And like I always say, with everything but fear and anywhere against anyone.
This fight for you, we've seen when we confirmed the cancellation of the Estrada fight, we offered people refunds for the fight, but actually more people came on and bought tickets. They're so excited about this fight. There's going to be huge Mexican support. This fight, victory turns you into a superstar on Saturday night.
Cuando confirmamos la cancelación y cambiamos el rival, más personas compraron boletos, ya hay más apoyo de la afición mexicana. Después de esta victoria serías una superestrella, ¿verdad?
Pues ahora sí que muy contento, pues más que nada agradeciéndole a toda la afición, a toda la gente que nos está viniendo a apoyar. Ahora sí que como siempre, ¿no? Pues que los dos bajemos con bien de ring, primeramente Dios, y pues hacer historia, que esto apenas empieza.
I'm very happy. I want to thank the fans, all the people for their support. And as always, I want to wish that we both come out well from the fight, God willing, and to keep making history, because this is just the start.
And finally, from you, we've seen you just be absolutely ruthless in fights, walk fighters down, switch stances, just relentless in your approach. Do you have to be a bit smarter against someone with the ability of Chocolatito, or are we going to expect the same fire from Julio Cesar Martinez this weekend?
Eres un peleador sin misericordia, siempre das el todo por el todo. Sin embargo, ¿crees que tienes que entrar de manera más inteligente o vamos a ver el mismo Rey Martínez como siempre?
Pues como siempre, la verdad, pues ahora sí que venimos preparados para lo que sea, pues para la decisión, para el choque, para la técnica. Venimos muy bien entrenados, gracias a Dios. Y pues más que nada agradeciéndole pues, al señor Hearn, al señor Reynoso, a mi entrenador, Mauricio, pues todas las atenciones, la preparación y pues más que nada, como siempre, que el público se lleve un buen sabor de boca.
As always, we're prepared for everything. A decision, for it to be a clash, a technical fight. We're coming in here very well trained, thank God. I also want to thank Mr. Eddie Hearn, Mr. Eddie Reynoso, my trainer Mauricio Lara for all the attention and the preparation. And I want to make sure that the public walks away with a good taste in their mouth.
Thank you, Julio. Roman, to you as well.
Yeah!
Thank you for taking this fight. I knew that you'd been in training camp for a long time. It was really important for you to fight on March the 5th, and a lot of people very excited about this fight.
Muchas gracias por aceptar esta pelea. Has estado en el campamento por mucho tiempo y fue muy importante pelear el 5 de marzo, ¿verdad?
Buenas a todos, Dios me los bendiga. No, el gusto mío. Todos sabemos que íbamos con el gallo, se cayó la pelea. Hoy en día estamos con un rival buenísimo como el Rey Martínez. Me ofreció la pelea yo con mucho gusto y pues estoy en excelente condición. Gracias a Dios, a mi equipo de trabajo que hemos hecho un excelente campamento y esperando en Dios que el 5 de marzo salgamos con la mano en alto.
Thank you very much, and God bless you all. The pleasure is mine. You know, with Gallo Estrada, when the fight fell through, you know, that's what happened. The fight fell through. But today we have a very good opponent, this Rey Martinez. And when they offered me that fight, I accepted it with pleasure. And so we're in excellent conditions. Thank God for my training team and the camp. And I'm hoping to God that we walk away with our hand raised victory.
Of course, yourself against Estrada, 1 was incredible, 2 was one of the best fights I've ever seen live. A lot of people got almost more excited about this fight because of the unpredictability of this fight. You know, yourself, who is towards the back end of your career, Julio Cesar Martinez, who is one of the most dangerous punchers in the sport. It's just a great clash of styles on Saturday.
Habrá un choque de diferentes estilos este sábado y quizás las personas son más emocionados por esta pelea porque pues debido a la etapa en la que encuentras tú en tu carrera y también por el rival que tienes que es de choque, ¿verdad?
Por supuesto, podemos con un rival que viene hacia adelante, yo también voy hacia adelante y pues pienso yo que va a ser una tremenda pelea. El público va a salir muy satisfecho.
Of course, I have an opponent who comes forward, but me too. I'm going to come forward. It's going to be a tremendous fight, and I think that the fans are really going to be happy about this fight.
And finally, we know there's Chocolatito fans all over the world. There's going to be a huge crowd on Saturday, just right on the border here in Mexico. There's going to be huge Mexican support, Nicaraguan support as well. We expect a great atmosphere and a great fight on Saturday.
Hay aficionados del Chocolatito por todo el mundo, pero sabemos que habrá muchos aficionados mexicanos, también nicaragüenses también, ¿verdad? ¿Cómo crees que será el ambiente de este sábado?
No, bueno, México también. Quiero a toda la gente de México. He tenido la oportunidad de pelear con muchos mexicanos y pues también los nicaragüenses, pues, obvio que van a venir a apoyarme. Pues, lo importante es que tenemos a Dios y siempre Dios me da la fortaleza y la bendición para salir con una mano en alto.
Yes, in Mexico, I love all the Mexican people. I've had the opportunity to fight against many Mexican people and Nicaraguan people. I know that they're going to come out here and support. But the most important thing is that we have God on our side, who always gives me the strength and the blessing, and I hope to walk away with my hand raised in victory.
Well, thank you, Roman. Thank you, Julio Cesar Martinez. This fight is an incredible fight. As I said, pound-for-pound legend of the sport, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez against one of the rising stars of Mexican boxing, the WBC World Flyweight Champion, Julio Cesar Martinez. Once again, these are the kind of fights that I just get so excited about. This is prize fighting at its best. Both guys ready for war on Saturday night. The Pechanga Arena, San Diego, going to be an incredible night of boxing live on the zone all around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you very much.
Quick reminder, tomorrow, March the 4th, back here in San Diego, is the official weigh-in for Master Boxing. As we get closer to Wednesday here on Master Boxing.
¿Cómo estás, campeón? 4 preguntas after?
I guess we're waiting for...
Tomorrow, once you get weighing in, then we'll do the
Hey, brother, you mind if I stop off after this? I grab a couple. Yeah. Yep.
Pablo, ver.
We're not doing anything. We're done. Oh, okay, cool. Let's do it. Okay. For the weight. All right. Excuse me. Just trying to do this. Okay, sí, ya vamos. Roman.
Thank you.
Roman, just a few, please. For I'll go right up here. Yeah.
Oh, walk.
You want me to walk and do it?
Walking.
Okay.
Walk in. Don't worry, I'll get it to you.
All right.
Walk.
Okay, just let me know when's a good time.
Walk.
Okay, Roman.
Walk.
Fight to me.
Again, me?
Fight to me. Yeah, thank you.
You got it, yeah? Thank you.
Dale la cámara. Okay, ahí, aquí. Van a atender aquí.
Claro, gracias.
¿Dentro?
Sí, gracias.
Aquí.
Román, gracias. Ponte a grabar ahí, ahorita.
Oh, wait.
Tú me dices.
Grabando.
Román Chocolatito González, eres el verdugo de los mexicanos y hay que decirlo, pero puede ser la pelea más impredecible y más complicada en tu carrera con un mexicano.
Bueno, eso lo vamos a ver ya en la pelea, ¿verdad? No hay ningún rival pequeño, lo importante es que
I'll talk to you, Joe, one second.
ver qué es lo que viene, qué pasa y echarle ganas.
Desde 1974, noviembre, Púas y Alexis, México y Nicaragua no estaban tan involucrados en un combate.
Así es, hoy en día pues se ha vuelto, ¿verdad? Algo importante tanto México y Nicaragua, en el mundo del boxeo, es una cosa importante para muchos jóvenes. Estamos muy orgullosos de eso y pues echarle con todo.
¿Qué significa para ti el que el Rey Martínez, a pesar de subir de división, diga, acepto la pelea ante una leyenda como tú?
Bueno, yo contento, feliz de poder pelear con el gran campeón.
Muy bien, dos cositas para cerrar. La constante en tu vida, Dios, ¿qué le dices al Creador? Y el mensaje para la afición mexicana y la nicaragüense, por favor. Gracias, Chocolatito.
Roman, I saw you grinning a few times as Martinez was talking and grinning at him at the stare down. Was that because you see some of your younger self in him, and why was that?
Que está abrazándolo y lo está viendo con mucho cariño y viendo, o sea, es porque vos ves a una persona, el rey, como cuando vos estabas joven.
Así es, un muchacho que viene hacia adelante.
Yeah, he's somebody that's coming up, he's somebody that's strong, he's somebody that definitely has hunger in him. So.
How do you offset his youth and his speed?
Yeah, one second.
How do you offset his youth and his speed Saturday night?
¿Cómo vas a contrarrestar la juventud y la velocidad?
Bueno, la condición que tengo.
The physical condition. We'll get you after, bro.
Okay.
We're good, all right, brother? You're part of the team.
All right, guys.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Yeah. Man.
Ahora sí que hasta luego, nada está predicho, pero pues como siempre salir a dejarlo todo arriba del ring y pues más que nada la preparación que hicimos.
Tu entrenador había dicho que tiene una estrategia para la pelea con Chocolate, pero vos acabas de decir en la conferencia que vas a ir hacia adelante con tu estilo, atropellar.
Have a good fight, Saturday.
Así que arriba ya no se sabe qué va a pasar.
Well, I'm out. You got to clear them out. Fucking people. Can anyone translate for Julio?
Gabe, maybe Gabe.
Yeah, Lou said he was saying maybe just he looked bigger than he's relaxed.
¿Dónde está?
Let's move him that way so we can separate the count. Out here, guys. Out here.
Hey, way to promote a fight, right, guys? It was harder to talk to them than Canelo yesterday. I mean, those Hearn over there.
I lived there. Summers in Arizona. Oh yeah, that I know. Yeah, I know right now. They're interesting. They like Vegas and stuff. Sometimes the noise. I've never been there.
You know what?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, yes, I think I could talk. You know what?
All right. I tried to do my part and help these guys. You
In Arizona,
Well, the important part is it's going to be a great fight Saturday. So that's the important part.
So you just want people to watch what they are saying.
Okay. Okay. All right, brother. Is there anything? Yeah.
I need to visit your office. It's not like travel to like under 2 hours. Long time. I don't know what that is, but like you shouldn't even be. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't even be thinking about it. But these people, the Fierro was messaging me last night, like saying about how many tickets they're sold.
Right. No, I'll definitely talk to you about why. He's going to be the Joshua trying to fight.
¿Cómo estás? Gustazo saludarte de acá, de San Diego, California, justamente cuando ha terminado, digamos, el primer cara a cara oficial entre Chocolatito González y Julio Cesar Martinez. Aquí estamos en la cobertura especial de este mega combate programado para este sábado. La gente está preguntando, obviamente, como siempre, a qué hora va a ser la pelea. Pero hoy vamos a tratar de conseguir el guión de la televisión, el guión de todo lo que va caminando durante el combate y a qué hora Tomás Chocolatito González va a entrar al ring. Pero yo supongo que es a eso de las 9 de la noche, que son acá como las 7 de la noche, hora del Pacífico. Estamos, lo que acabamos de ver en la conferencia de prensa fue, como de costumbre, infalible.
Hey, do you know there's a source, or do you know someone who can know information about the pursuit of the fight?
The purses? Maybe. Who? Maybe. Maybe. He might know.
He works where?
No, I don't know if he knows, but he might.
No, he works.
Oh, boxing scene.
Boxing scene.
Yeah.
What is his name?
Jake. Jake. He's a nice guy. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Al fin sentimos que estamos en un ambiente de pelea. Está todo muy cordial, la vida va bien. Qué bueno que viene bien.
That's pretty cool. What?
When Abby asked the question, I was asking questions like now later on.
Yeah.
I've only talked to that dude like twice.
Right.
I guess I'm just known.
Right. They know your videos.
They know. I gotta get you on the channel this weekend.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, man, we can do it today.
Sí, de hecho, Chocolatito está el cinturón diamante en juego. Libras ayer reportabas que ya estaba.
You can do it at all.
Ahora me dijeron que estaba sobre 2 libras, también el diamante no había mayor problema. Recordemos que viene subiendo de categoría. Exactamente, ¿no? Mayor confianza, pero bueno, todos los peleadores tienen problemas con el peso siempre. Es claro eso, pero vamos a tener tiempo de tratarlo para la báscula y el
So news tidbits. First off, so what are this fight? Are they going to fight Gaio?
Yeah, I don't know. Gaio is now going to fight Frank. We're looking at potential Gaio, Franco, and Rodriguez.
Su equipo de trabajo ha dicho lo del knockout, ha dicho.
The winner of this fight, if Julio Cesar Martinez wins, then he's got the option to stay up on weight or move back down and defend his flyweight. And then trying to Chocolatito, you've got the Gaio rematch, you've got Jesse Rodriguez, you've got Gonzalez, you've got Rodriguez, which is Gonzalez. The most telling thing for Chocolatito is he's in great shape. And when the fight fell through with Estrada, I didn't think the fight was
Everybody has to do
He does. He thinks that he's too good.
It's good on. It's just always good on him to give a style. Especially you don't have to.
He's going to be very, very dangerous. Chocolatito,
for sure. Dillian White, with the eloquent English accent on it, he could definitely be a lot more smooth. This is a labor of love, you know. You don't have to.
He's the undisputed championship. I think that's the fight he should take. I think that's the fight he wants to take.
But he's always cool to you guys too.
Obviously, you've got stuff happening in the brain and stuff like that. That's a very personal issue for those guys. I'm sure 60 in the same boat as well. So I don't know, but we negotiate with the zone, and the zone will negotiate with Bella. Hopefully, we can get it made. It'd be a tremendous fight. June, early June. Probably like in the next.
Top rank is my man. That's it. It's just him. Pretty much. And on his own, you know. I mean, he's pretty formidable, but it's just a one-man crew. Yeah.
What do you think of like the backlash? No way. I haven't seen too much. I mean, I think there's I understand that people go back 4 years and say some said that
you've seen him in the video, like,
Darren, 4 years. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Canelo Alvarez is stopped. It's got higher. It's making a lot more money.
Golden Boys are coming to us for top rank.
Right.
That are offering the same pay-per-view model. So it's very
they don't have a deep stable of opponents. They got a couple of good guys, top heavy, but they don't got no one to match them.
Which is AJ and one fight in the US, which is now do you offer pay-per-view? And the latter is what you have because you want to bring the biggest star in the sport.
Ready to go. You can start sending them, you know what I mean? Is that the same?
This is the model that you have to use, and they'd much rather bring it to the zone under that
to get pay-per-view caliber fights for a monthly subscription. Now it's pay-per-view caliber fights.
No, it's not. Only one with one guy, which is Canelo Alvarez.
Because there was mention from Oscar, Ryan, and Kambosos.
You want to do it now? I don't mind.
There's no. I think what's important is that they have the functionality to be able to do that special one. Still, the model is a UK.
Jake, were you gonna? Do you mind if I?
We can text.
Okay, yeah. Do you want me to just let you shoot off? And you don't have the time. You want me to just let you do your line of questioning? Because I don't want to interrupt your line of questioning if you got on a certain topic. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got you.
Like you're talking about Canelo being sold out.
No, I'm not going to talk about that because I already asked about that yesterday. So.
He becomes a superstar. Will he go on pay-per-view on design? Up to the zone.
All right, I'm too hungry.
Are you?
I'm going back home.
Okay.
You got to stick around. We need your good questions. Come on.
Oh, for God's sake. All right. I'll give you. Are we going to do it all together?
That was my. Yeah. I requested Jake and he said yeah. So I think we're good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You talked me in.
Okay. Good.
I'm standing right here, for God's sake.
So I think when you weigh it all up, this was an important move for the zone.
Well, I do want to know how they're doing ticket sales. One thing.
Yeah.
And is it in May or did they move that up to April?
This doesn't say.
Because we usually get good info from Showtime.
What do you think? Should just put it a week after?
So originally,
so that you do like they did plans?
What they were going to get.
They should.
Well, this is the Showtime's problem. They don't want to glorify Canelo now because he's not there. Yeah, that's how much of a bitch that he is. Stephen is a bitch. I'll say that. But so okay, I heard originally Boots was supposed to make it April 9th. Now they're telling me unless they're just trying to throw people off the sun. Right. But I'm like, he's fighting.
I don't know why they would do that.
Just put a week before.
And they got to, the Suns are the best team in basketball.
Right. Well, and maybe that's the problem.
Right.
Is
no, that's
working around that. No.
Al's
Imagine that.
like Vince McMahon.
But even more so than these guys last time, it's like, how did you fucking tell a guy you're fighting in March, and now you're fighting in June? It's like, none of these guys walk around at the natural weight.
Right. And you saw David was part of why he called off sparring that day. We might have seen he goes, I don't have a date this one.
Right, he's not going to kill us.
Yeah.
I mean, he did what he was going to do. That was it.
Right.
He gave us enough.
No, he did. And then later on, were you there? Yeah, you were there. Maybe said the facts.
Yeah.
And then you told Jose.
Because you turned around to me and said, you asked Jose, is that hurt? And he said, yeah, I can't feel my hands.
What do you think is when he's not there?
I don't know if he quite hits 200, but he's definitely pushing the dial. I would.
He's big, yeah.
I was going to say 190, 195. Yeah, I don't think he's any bigger than that. But you know what, you guys, once you guys are above 5'10", it's all the same to me. I mean, I'm wearing high heels today, so for me. So.
What are you going to do, a 5'2"?
I'm not even that.
Because my wife was only 4. I don't think she's 4'11".
My driver's license says. No, my driver's license says I'm 5 feet tall. So I will tell you this: I bought a pair of jeans yesterday that are 30-inch inseam, and they're like this too long for me. Shit.
Look at the two models and the money that's being generated just on the world because of the size.
So, does Vance still do stuff with FightHype?
Yeah, yesterday he was. He even had some stuff up yesterday.
Okay, because he wrote, so he writes for USA, but he does video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, his beat on USA is, that odd sort of betting beat.
Yeah, it's not a,
And he says he's got a lot of elasticity as to what he covers, as long as there is a gaming or betting intersection, you can write about it. Like, I was telling me about something he wrote that was very off the wall sort of topic, and he can sort of follow any rabbit hole wants to go down. I was talking to him about a colleague, a family friend, who tries to. He's a computer designing genius. He retired when he was in his 30s. He works for some of the gaming companies that develop casino machines. And he's the one that gives the machines to try to hack, break, defraud, to try to debug them. He's their tester, which is a very weird profession to have. And they found him because he was calling the company saying, you can have a faulty machine out there. It's really easy to cheat this thing. He said, well, how do you know that? Because they know how to design chips. He made his fortune designing certain computer chips. Yeah, so now his job is they send him the beta of the machines, and he spends a week or two finding every way you can get in and cheat it.
That's invaluable stuff.
To fix it, yeah. Well, and he was basically bored. He had a ton of money. He was doing it for free. There are companies who do it for a like
oh, of course. Yeah.
They called him and said, dude, you have to charge something.
Lopez against Kambosos numbers, big numbers.
I'm not using you because you're not charging anything. Yeah, they call him every couple of weeks, and I'm like, oh, we're going to send you a few new.
They made a lot of mistakes early on, so we had to overpay because there was no.
I am going to be curious about, as you know, the state of California
and we had to overpay
votes to permit legalized gambling, whether some of the
with regards to
scheduling for fight cards is going to change. Because I am convinced a lot of the reason stuff still goes to Vegas is because it's important is the gaming industry.
Right.
Especially here. But once that barrier is sorry,
yeah.
I have to keep driving back here.
I know.
This would be make me drive
I'll sacrifice me having to drive more if it's more healthy for boxing. I will. If we could start getting people in more states to attend fights, I'll take the L.
Yeah. We're going to deliver you value for the pay-per-view. Hopefully you come along and enjoy the experience.
Oh, you want to go see some class? This is going to be a big chance for you. Who are these people? I'm trying to explain to one of my clients is bought some seeds.
When you talk about
He's my son.
and the two before that were going
Here, really? I'm like, yeah, they're not all heavyweights, man. But believe me, you won't be sorry. Just
Oh no, this is gonna be a
take
fight
it
of the
on
year,
faith,
Kennedy.
man.
This is gonna
Be
be
there. And then he was like, oh my God, this thing starts at, what is the first
Roman
fight?
looked
3?
a little old there on stage.
Well, you know, he's such a low-key personality,
Yeah.
too, though. It's hard to read him. Because he's such a gentle personality. I mean, legitimately.
Yeah.
something as small as that. I don't understand how money generated. You know, but one buys that and actually it devalues.
It is ironic, though, that he has no relationship with the media, but yet he's so loved by everybody.
Right. We all assume it's because he just doesn't like women, but that he's a good person.
Yeah, exactly. He is.
And it doesn't generate. And it's like a vicious
He used to do a lot more interviews,
He did.
especially when he was, you know,
On HBO.
Yeah.
They don't have the rights fees to afford.
And
Well, this is kind of on
I'm just going to say
Yeah.
it's partially because of what is facilitated or not facilitated.
Well, this says be here by 12 for free.
Well, and this is ridiculous. This is not a news conference. This is a show.
Right.
There were no questions from the audience. That's not a news conference. And that irks me. So I think I feel a rant column coming. I mean, I'll wait till they're done.
Yeah,
But I'm getting really sick and tired of news press conferences that are not press conferences.
Right, there was no press
There was
involved.
no, not even before, but if you bill what happened here, it's news conference. There were no questions from the audience.
Right.
None. You know, truthfully, that was a waste of my time, except for seeing you.
Exactly.
Right, thank you.
And lecturing Eddie that Pechanga Arena is not downtown.
Right. And I will say, people can say what they want about Top Rank, but they're a machine when it comes to organizing
Absolutely
events.
right. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yeah, they've kind of been on a bit of a break lately. Not that they didn't earn it, but I'll be glad when they're back.
But I'll say, I've never gone to a
See if they're sneaking out. I'm just going to take a quick look. Nope. No Roman yet. No sign of the champ.
Are a lot wider than the margins of
The real TV.
Who, Roman?
Yeah, the real.
Definitely a great fighter, no doubt. No doubt.
That was just an nickname I gave to him to try to get people to pay attention to him. When they would look him out, I would call him the real TV. So they're like, why is he saying that?
Right.
I didn't actually believe it's the real TV, but I stuck with it.
But he is a great fighter.
He's a great fighter.
Who's a great fighter?
Roman Gonzalez.
There you go.
You have to keep your wits about you. You can't act on ego in business. Just go, yeah.
I can't believe it's my first time ever covering it.
Have you guys ever...
Chocolatito. This is my first time covering
It
it.
is really surprising.
I was at his Quadras fight and both Soran Visai fights. I know you were at part 2.
I was at the first one, too.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah. I remember distinctly when he got cut in the first fight. And he looked up and he Jumbotron, he turned so that the cut became visible and the entire crowd went,
right.
You know, and then he looked because he heard everyone gasp and he looked at it and I thought, don't look at it.
Right, don't
look, because that wigs you out. I don't care who you are. Seeing that much of your face, that it was bloody.
And I still thought he pulled that out, that fight.
I think he did, but
Yeah.
that moment I thought, you're dead, man. You're dead. Don't look at that thing up there. And I always... I did think he won. But you know what? There was a lot of blood. He was knocked down. I get how that
decision didn't go his way. Right.
You know, the inevitable result.
And then for Soran Visai, you know, winning that rematch by KO, it validates fairly or unfairly that you won the first fight.
Rumsai kind of, you know, was on the downhill side after that. He just never...
He did beat Estrada, right?
He did beat Estrada.
He did, but a lot of people thought Estrada won that.
But that was
right?
close.
It was close. It was
really
close. No, I thought more people thought Estrada
This is
won
just a
that.
great division. They're so evenly
He's
matched
way
in
the
this generation.
Right.
That was the weirdest
Yeah.
fight ever.
Which one?
The rematch.
The rematch.
Oh, between Estrada and Sorundesai, and he came out right-handed,
Had the weirdest game plan
and then went southpaw and
of all time.
fought way better.
After they lost 8 rounds.
And when he saw it not working, why didn't he knock it off? I mean, it was pretty obvious.
Maybe he sized it up. He goes, "That third fight would be wonderful." Check. It's time to take the
That
L
is a
tonight.
little bit too calculating.
No.
Oh my God.
See, that's what I do want to see what Chocolatito has this weekend, because if like all those guys just look good against each other and like he looks so bold against Ray, like Martinez can run the fucking table.
Right.
Yes, he could.
Him and
Imagine him and oh my
I was
god.
gonna say, and
Yeah.
Bam. Yeah. And Bam.
And that fight didn't do Bam justice, because like if you give him a full camp training at 115,
Right.
yeah, he's schooled up.
Yeah.
Robert's been talking about him for years,
Yeah.
you know. He's like 2 or 3 years ago saying, Bam is the best fighter in
Yeah.
camp.
And he's like Chocolatito. He's another one of those guys like nobody says anything bad about.
Right.
Like
Bam.
I told you, like
Yeah.
that was sort of the coolest thing about him winning was like all the fighters tweeting about him.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Like even like fucking Jared Anderson tweeting about him.
Right.
You know, it's like,
Shakur.
yeah.
Right.
Because you can't hate on him.
No.
I mean, you can, but it says a lot about you.
Right.
Right. Yeah. It just says a lot about you.
Well, right.
Still think PBC Marcos at this point.
Yeah. Come on. All right.
I know. I feel
Come on,
bad, Gail.
Come on, Marcos didn't wear you out, did he?
No, go ahead.
Oh, thanks.
This should be a good one.
How you doing, Eddie? We're just gonna scrum it with you.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Scrum it all.
They do it against you.
Yeah.
They're only using me to ask questions.
Eddie, in regards, to this Saturday's fight, how hard is it to promote a fight when it's two guys who, aren't going to talk trash?
Yeah.
Small guys who don't speak the English language out here. And
Yeah. Well, then there's more my job, to come on. But I think the thing is with Mexican fight fans, they understand the sport. That's why, we've sold so many tickets on Saturday. The atmosphere is going to be incredible. But people respect the sport and they understand it. Also, for Nicaraguan fight fans, I mean, even although there's going to be a huge sort of Mexican support there on Saturday, at the same time, the Mexican fans also support and respect Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. So I just think that, I never like to say to people, do this, do that, say that. Be yourself, be real. Right? And with these guys, you imagine me going up to Chocolatito saying, yeah, right, what I want you to do is go up to Cesar Martinez and put your head on him. Like, he's going to go, oh, no, thank you. So you have to respect the legendary of Chocolatito.
What's it take for a guy to make it when they only do their talking in the ring? Some guys, they can't get over the hump doing that, but then other guys like Pacquiao, they get over the hump, not
because
just with their fists.
if you haven't got a big personality and you're not going to talk trash and you're not going to do all this kind of stuff, then you've got to be really good, right? Because fans love trash talking, fans love all that kind of stuff. So at the same time, you need to make sure that you're good enough for them to love you anyway. Like Canelo Alvarez has never really talked trash. The Plant fight, yeah, there was that little scuffle, but before that, you don't really see him. He's elaborating now a lot more, but he's pound for pound number one. Floyd Mayweather, although he was going around with his money and stuff, and he was flash, he was quite boring as a fighter to watch. But everyone's got different ways to attract people. With Chocolatito, his way to attract people is he's a pound for pound legend of the sport. Doesn't need to talk trash. In fact, I like the fact that he's so respectful and he's a role model and he's an ambassador for the sport. What Julio Cesar Martinez has got to be careful of is that he doesn't fall under the spell of Chocolatito, almost like Chocolatito. Because I know, growing up, Julio Cesar Martinez would have looked at Chocolatito like he was a god. He's got to just have no respect for him on Saturday and do what he does. And it's going to be, an amazing experience to watch this fight, because for 6 rounds it's going to be an absolute war, and if it goes past 6 rounds, I believe Chocolatito becomes a favourite in the fight, but he could get knocked out along the way. But Martinez will not stop trying to knock Chocolatito out on Saturday, and he will go for it
But Chocolatito is so well schooled, so experienced, and I feel that he's very, very confident going into this fight because he just thinks he's too good for Julio Cesar Martinez.
I know Martinez is your fighter. Do you think though he wins? I know you. So it sounds like you got Chocolatito late, Martinez early.
Something like.
Do you think the speed will be the difference for Martinez? Younger, faster
I think
guy?
that the advantages for Chocolatito is experience, ability. He can punch as well. He's probably a bit bigger than Martinez, who is a flyweight. But the benefit for Martinez is youth, power, unpredictability. He's quite awkward. He sort of switch stances, then he fights square on, and all this kind of stuff. And you've seen Chocolatito knocked out, not recently, but in the backstage of his career. So if I'm Chocolatito, sorry, if I'm Martinez, I'm thinking I'm going to knock him out. And that's the only thing he'll be thinking about doing. He won't be thinking about outpointing him. He's crazy, this kid. But I'll tell you what, you're going to see an absolutely thrilling fight.
Do you think Bam Rodriguez should close the fight in the winner of this fight?
Bam Rodriguez might beat them all, Chocolatito included. But that's a big arse, and we'll see. But Chocolatito looks really well. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't look old. He looks like he's had a great training camp. But we'll see. One thing we'll see is if he can still handle the power, because Martinez will be letting them fly on Saturday.
How are ticket sales?
Really good. We do have tickets available. I think we're going to have 8,000 in there, which is incredible. I've never done a show in San Diego before. I know you're from the area. It just seemed to make sense, and originally what the crazy thing was, it was Chocolatito against Estrada. Tickets were selling really well, and then we put Martinez in, and we said, guys, anyone that wants a refund, we understand. No one got a refund, and then we sold more tickets off the back of this fight because I know that Estrada and Chocolatito is a great fight, but this is a bit of a weird one. This is like you can't. What you know is in Estrada against Chocolatito, that will be a 12-round replica fight of 1 or 2. This one, I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen. Martinez could flatten Gonzalez in 1 round, or he might get scored, or he might. I mean, it's an invigorating fight, and there's nothing quite like putting cards on in front of a big Mexican crowd. I mean, obviously, Canelo against Billy Joe Saunders when we did that in front of 74,000 was amazing, but this is going to be a really good night of boxing, and I'm excited for it.
Speak to the fans who, they're enamored with the big guys, the heavyweights, they know all the names. Why they are missing out?
Because value for money, how often does boxing disappoint? Do you know what I mean? So you build up to a fight, and then all of a sudden it's like, trust me, with these guys, they will never, ever disappoint. Never in a bad fight, always ready to fight, always willing to fight, because they've never had the opportunities. So great card of bigger guys as well on Saturday, but the 2 guys in the main event, just watch them go. It's like you just light the torch paper, like on a fireworks night, and you go, and then you go in that corner, and you go, right, go on, boys, and then you run for it, and you just let them explode. That's what you do.
And you have 2 Tijuana fighters. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, there's going to,
rocks through.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild atmosphere. And a couple of San Diego fighters as well on the cards early on. So it's a really well-rounded card, and I'm looking forward to it.
Eddie, is there any chance Dillian White's not going to make the date, April 23rd?
I don't think so. I think there's still some things to sort out, but at the same time, we want the opportunity. He's been waiting such a long time, and hopefully we'll be there.
What would you say to a thought of is the way he's showing up? Are you showing up to win the title, or is it just about getting every last dollar?
No. He's actually investing his time into his training camp to win. Right, so a lot of people want to buy Rolls Royces, but they can't afford to put the petrol in. So if you want to bid 42 million for a purse bid, and you don't want to fly, and you're offering to fly a guy on an economy low-cost airline, 6'5" heavyweight that you're paying $8 million to, right, sitting on a middle seat of a plane during a global pandemic to ruin his chances of fighting in a fight, and you don't want to spend $10,000 to go and just make sure that he's fit and well. And Dillian White's sitting there saying, I'm not doing that, no. And they're arguing about tickets, and they're arguing about escrow, and he just feels like he's being disrespected. So under the agreement, there's certain things he has to do, there's certain things he doesn't have to do. So he's saying, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stay in Portugal, and I'm going to prepare for a fight, and I'll see you there. Hopefully.
Why do you think? How does he win that fight? You know, having
he wins it
punch
by
up
knockout. Yeah, because what we know is he's a huge puncher. He's extremely tough. He's got a fantastic left hook. He's a great body puncher. And if you trade up with Dillian White and he hits you with a left hook, you're going to sleep. Doesn't matter if you're Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora, whoever else he's laid out as well, Povetkin, all these guys. So he's an underdog in the fight. Tyson Fury is an outstanding heavyweight, but he can win this fight, and he'll be trying to knock him out. He's had Tyson Fury over numerous times in sparring. He believes he's going to win the fight, and we'll see.
Eddie, if Fury was able to withstand that right hand from Wilder and get up, how does White keep him down for 10 seconds with that left hook?
Maybe you put him down a couple of times. It doesn't matter, you know. Wilder never really hit Fury clean. If you watch the first fight knockdown, he rides those shots so well. See what happens when you get caught trading. Watch the Steve Cunningham fight with Tyson Fury. Same thing. Light punching, cruiserweight. They trade up, Fury's out, you know, on the floor. This will be the same thing. He'll get sloppy in the fight, catch and counter with a left hook. If he buttons him on the chin, it's over. He won't need a count.
It sounds like Sugar Hill and them, or Sugar Hill's thinking more of boxing him though, and not
I think they will. You don't want to fight Dillian White because it opens up the opportunity for just that. So I think Tyson will be on his bike in this fight. But Dillian White's incredibly fit, incredibly tough, strong on the inside, tremendous body puncher. So we'll see.
And just want to ask you too about the Haney Kambosos situation. You know, all the talk out there about DAZN may not want to give the money available to make that fight happen.
Absolute rubbish.
Yeah, please, Eddie,
that came from someone talking absolute rubbish. DAZN are absolutely desperate to make Haney Kambosos. They've been pushing for a few weeks now. They've made offers for the fight. They're also speaking to Lou DiBella on the Kambosos team to try and seam it all together. That's absolutely the fight that DAZN want to make. And I think we've got a very good chance of making it happen.
Who do you think June 5th he winds up in the ring with?
Devin Haney. I'm very confident that fight gets made.
Is there any other lucrative options you think for Haney if Kambosos?
No, that's the fight. You know, that's the undisputed fight. It's the obvious fight to make. Hopefully we can make it happen.
And also, Eddie, just getting a chance to talk with Jose Benavidez Sr. Yeah. He said that the figure of Samson mentioned with Andrade was ridiculous, and that it
was ridiculous. I mean, but this
and
is,
that the fight can be made.
But this is what we're faced with all the time with Demetrius Andrade. You know, you've got a guy in Samson Leskowitz that's telling you that he wants more money to fight Demetrius Andrade than he wants to fight Canelo Alvarez. I mean, you've got no chance, have you? So we'll see. Jose Benavidez talks a good game. I had a nice chat with him. But Jose Benavidez is not in control of David Benavidez's career, unfortunately. If he was, he'd be fighting much better fights.
Is it true what he said that the fight could happen on Showtime, that you'd be okay with Andrade going to Showtime?
Listen, with or without me, I just want Demetrius Andrade to get his opportunity to be in a big fight. Doesn't matter whether he's with Matchroom, without Matchroom. We've done our job. We've kept him active. We've paid him great money, but we haven't been able to deliver him the fight. We've tried everything. I mean, no one will fight him. And then I'm glad Samson came out and said that, because I just go, guys, now you can see what we're up against. And Jose Benavidez saying to me, no, we don't want, Samson's talking rubbish. He's your promoter. So, anyway. So.
And Joshua, if, all that awful things happen in the world, Usyk, if it's not that rematch and it's any idea for an interim opponent?
No, just someone from the top 50. I don't, it's hard for me to say, no, the Usyk fight will be fine, because I've no idea of the situation, but I think that fight will take place. If it doesn't and he needs more time, we'd be sympathetic to that, and we'd do an interim bout in the meantime.
Thanks, Eddie. Thank you.
Eddie, I'm sorry, getting back to this fight. So obviously if Julio Cesar Martinez wins, the world is his oyster.
Yeah.
He could go flyweight, he could stay 115. What's the path to Chocolatito, knowing that Estrada?
I mean, I think he's done it all, hasn't he? Right. So, it's just, what are you fighting for at this moment? Challenges, money. I don't think, he's got money. I think he just loves to fight, and he loves the challenge, and he liked the challenge of Julio Cesar Martinez. So I think, I said to Martinez in the press conference, if you win this fight, you're a superstar, which he is. But for Chocolatito, I don't know. I mean, look, Jesse Rodriguez, our other champion, he may be the best of all of them. But there's so many great fights to be made across the divisions.
And then just, for yourself, like, taking a fight, how good does it feel? Canelo kicking off fight week?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Legendary Chocolatito.
Yeah, well, signing Canelo just sort of gives you that little spring in your step, and it's great to do the presser here in San Diego. Like, everyone sort of says, you should do it in LA, you're going to get a lot more media, but it was nice to do it here and something different,
That's a big fight, May the 7th. Big fight this weekend. We've got a really big run coming up.
Yeah, and for all the great fights, one fighter that I'm really looking forward to, she hasn't been announced yet, Alicia Bumgarner. What's going on with her?
We're going to look to get her out in May, possibly on the Canelo card, or possibly early June as well. She's an outstanding talent. She was supposed to fight on this card, actually. She had a little injury. She wasn't ready, but she's a lot of fun. She'll be here this weekend. All right? Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Eddie. Thank you, Eddie. Thanks, man. Always appreciate it. Thank you.
Tepito is here, from Tepito, Mexico.
I'm staying in San Diego, but this hotel.
Inmediatamente neuronas que necesitas para
Oh, yeah. I don't mind doing it together, but IFL, they got first, they go first.
All right. Because they asked.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
The Gabe's whipping out the matchroom credit card for lunch.
Right, there you go.
That's what I heard, right? That's my sources telling me, right? You said you got Eddie's credit card.
Oh, yeah.
I know you said something.
Airbnb with the thing, like 15 minutes. Yeah, stay about 15 minutes.
Yeah. So if you ever want to stay like in a place like this, I get a military discount. I pay less than what matchroom is paying.
Because the military?
Yeah, you're paying $125.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you earned it, bro. Thank you. I said you earned it, bro.
Yeah.
I love this country, just not enough to get off my ass.
No.
Yeah.
You know, how could you so they asked them what they thought about the Klitschko.
I saw that. I didn't like that.
They fucking turned into it.
Don't stoke the flames.
If you run for fucking drugs, you're gonna go. That
it's like you know what they're fighting about.
Right, exactly.
For all you know, for all you know, besides you can't get right as well.
I was just having that discussion. Yeah. So she's my.
Because we don't. There's so much propaganda.
No. So I have a very good source who she tells me all the shit with Kennedy and all those other. But like we were talking about that today. How like look, I hate what's going on in Ukraine, but you can see this racist bullshit that's going on. It's like,
but not just that.
I feel bad. I'm not playing it.
They tried to provoke.
Yes.
Anybody heard of the Cuban Missile Crisis? When they try to send defense missiles near our borders, we will beat this whole right. If you do that. So it's just it's not a fun thing. I would never dare say to a Ukrainian that I would never tell them to their face that maybe Putin has some justification. Right. I could never do that to them. But speaking to someone neutral, then he does. Yeah. But I would never dare say that he's someone. Right. But they all are.
Yeah.
You know, in the top of government, they all are.
But it's just so weird how much, like 20 years ago, people were like, oh my God, people Puerto Ricans are going with the national anthem. It's like, because you're launching fucking missiles on their island.
Right.
You're attacking.
Going to get them caught
You're
up.
stealing their land, living there for free, and then fucking, bombing them. You know.
There's two sides to this.
Right.
We are just waiting for Julio Cesar Martinez, everybody.
I love him. He's a great energy.
Oh, Martinez?
Yeah. So yeah, this is my first Chocolatito fight. This is my third Julio Cesar Martinez fight somehow.
Right. Probably because you were covering Canelo and he was on the...
No,
Canelo.
I'm trying to think. I forget the first card.
He's fought on some big cards.
The first card was by accident, but then he was on Andrade's last card.
Right.
When he fought McWilliams at Royal.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Just interview game.
Yeah. Let's check. Roman had no left already. Huh?
You're gonna interview anyone else?
No, I mean if Gonzalez came out.
I meant like
Oh no, no, there's nothing lined up. But Ryan Garcia knows.
So I asked this publicist before I got here. She's like, oh yeah, I'll reach out to you soon. Next week. He's someone I have to get in person because like if he sees me on Twitter, like he doesn't know. Right. But when he sees me, he knows who I am and I get good stuff out of him. Nobody. I'm flying out to San Diego. Right. This. I think it's from Boston Social.
He flies out.
No, I'm sure he is.
I mean, I know Fierro.
For some reason, I thought it was him, but then when I saw it,
no, he's dead.
Yeah, that's good.
And the kid's dead.
So,
with Rob to
he said
to do some work with him.
Yeah, when he gets he wants to get financed.
Like Lance is doing.
Well, he wants to get financed.
Right. Yeah.
And I'd be like, it's exclusive to us.
It still gets you to your boxes. Okay.
I'd be.
You know, your boxes. I'm not sure.
Like I'd be there.
Right. I'm not sure yet. They're not there yet. Do it for fight.
I talked to Ben all the time about like that, but he has no interest in content.
In writing.
Yeah. No, I'd love to.
Yeah.
No, every time, like, especially they had that nice run of all those fights in Cincinnati, like, they would always.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? Keep fucking. Text me. Jay, tell him I said what's up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember. So I was there.
You ball guys stick together.
Yeah.
Brian Burton.
Yeah.
Boxeo Mundial. He's a real, family guy.
Yeah.
Always. His son's in soccer practice. I think that's probably his favorite thing. Is probably his son playing soccer.
So yeah, I was there. Because I know Ben and Elliot used to get along, but I was actually there for like the beginning of their feud. So Ben, but he caught feelings because like Ellie was getting with Broner and all them. I'm like, are you seriously jealous? Right. Like he's doing everything but sucking the man's dick. It's like, this is what you're jealous of? But I told him, I said, you can talk to Twin anytime you want. You fucking live here.
Right. Who? Maybe.
Yeah.
But he started acting funny probably towards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, FightHype, and then it all falls out.
Yeah. Yeah. So then that was going on, and then was Ben or other people that just like I think Marcos.
Yeah. It's competition.
Yeah.
At the end
now that I know was Marcos.
Which one?
Like he was telling them not to. Right? Wasn't it him?
Oh wow! I didn't even know about this.
I think it was.
What was he doing?
Or do I have
telling
it
people not to talk.
Yeah. What's it? Was it? I'm sorry. Okay.
Which to me is
Marcos.
Which to me is like.
No, it was
15-yard penalty.
Yeah. He was telling you not to.
Right. Which is 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
It's all fair in competition, but you don't try to, pollute the well for someone else. Now you could try to get to him first. You could try to get him exclusive. You could do a better interview. You could do everything across the board except sabotage the other guy. Let's see, is that Roman? Is that Roman out there?
Because someone was complaining about that, and I told him like I said, look, I expect like you to get Haney first. You have the relationship.
Yeah.
I expect Constantino to get Canelo and all the guys. Yeah,
right.
That's just how the industry works.
That's why after the Gamboa fight, that fight, when you left, obviously they're like, "Who's he? He's a really good writer.
No,
go. Yeah, you gotta." It's like that'd be a scumbag who'd be like, "Oh, I don't know. I mean, you know how those writers are, Dev, and."
But you know what? I don't blame them for thinking that. I know, because I do know how writers are. I'm one of the few.
Sometimes, yes. Most.
Yeah.
He said most. He said most.
Because most of them have the same storyline and the same agenda. It's like, so I do my best to not ask them. Well, I'm not going to be the guy.
Ask them how they are.
Right.
Yeah. And after the fight, make sure you ask them to grade their performance from A through F.
Right. Who do they want to?
Hard hitting.
That's what I was saying. Like my last interview, I have a good relationship with Vernon Forrest. So our last interview, like he just, like his publicist asked me to do it. It wasn't Kelly, it was like someone else. She said, oh, you know, Vernon is the president of my friends. So I called him up. Like asking him like the best questions I can. He gave me like 1-2 word answers. Like you gotta start asking better questions.
Who asked that?
Vernon Forrest. I'm like, dude. I mean, I don't know if that he died a month later.
R.I.P. Vernon Forrest.
No, a month later.
See, what you want to hear is he was great.
He always was. That was like the one time.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the only time he was a show. I've always had a good relationship with him. Right. He's just.
Are you gonna roll on Martinez with us?
Hell yeah.
I had a question. And I'm like, what was that? Yeah. I said, why'd you have it?
Julio, just very quick, please.
All right, you're the last one.
Yeah, we're gonna do it together so he gets out of here sooner. Thank you, Julio. Thank you. Julio, great, amazing fight with Chocolatito Saturday. You're an incredible combination puncher. Why is that? Where do you get that from?
Pues ahora sí que sí, sabemos que vamos contra una gran leyenda, un gran prospecto del boxeo que ha puesto en alto los pesos chicos, pero pues ahora sí que somos los retos que estamos buscando.
We know that we have a great legend that we're fighting, a man who has really elevated the smaller divisions, and so we know that it's a big challenge ahead of us.
How important is your speed and your youth in this fight? It looks like you're the faster fighter.
Pues ahora sí que es lo que pues venimos practicando, es lo que estamos entrenando, afinando la técnica, la pegada, la fuerza, y pues ahora sí que no vamos a escatimar en nada.
That's what we've become practicing, training and sharpening those things, the technique, the power, the strength. We haven't skimped out on anything in the training.
Do you feel, though, you have a speed advantage Saturday night?
Pues ahora sí que siento que nada más tenemos igual la ventaja entre más que la rapidez, pues la pegada, gracias a Dios, es lo que siempre nos ha caracterizado, y pues ahora sí que no vamos a escatimar en nada, vamos a salir con todo, y pues más que nada que los dos bajemos con bien.
When it comes to an advantage, I feel that more than the speed, I have an advantage when it comes to power. That's the fighter I've always characterized myself as. And again, we're not going to skimp out on anything. We're going to come in there with everything. And most important, that we both come out well from this fight.
A lot of people talk about your power. Do you feel like maybe you don't get the credit you deserve for your boxing skills?
Pues ahora sí que venimos preparados para lo que sea. Estamos por ahora, como dice, ¿no? Aquí no se deja de aprender, pero pues seguimos entrenando y pues como dice, no, pues poco a poco van a ir viendo lo que trae uno.
We're prepared for everything, and we're always learning. We never stop learning, and we keep training, and little by little, people are going to see what I have.
Eddie Hearn said you're being very respectful to Chocolatito. Almost said he's worried he doesn't want to be too respectful. When the bell rings, does all that respect you have for Gonzalez go out the window?
Pues sí, ahora sí, como digo, no, pues ahora sí que somos seres humanos abajo, pero allá arriba pues nos vamos a ver las caras. Y arriba pues somos rivales y pues más que nada defender el orgullo de uno.
First things first, we're humans outside of the ring, but what's in there, we're going to be facing each other. We're rivals, and we got to make sure that we are prideful or protect our pride in the ring.
Does training alongside, not just Reynoso, but Canelo Alvarez, does that do anything for you to help you in the gym? And what does he bring to your career?
Pues sí, ahora sí que me está ayudando también, pues está ahí atento a todos, a los sparring, a los campamentos, muy contento con Saúl y el señor Eddie.
He's been helping me a lot. He's very attentive with the sparring and the camp and the training camp, so I'm very happy with Saúl and Eddie.
You steal any moves from him?
¿No has robado alguno de los movimientos o tácticas de Saúl?
Pues sí, ahora sí que estamos en proceso, como dice, ¿no? Nunca acabamos de aprender y pues estamos en eso.
Yes, it's a process. We never stop learning, and that's where we are.
Can you tell us any of the moves or are we going to be forced to watch Saturday night to find out?
Pues ahora sí que pues la técnica, pues el cabeceo, el contrarremate, ahora sí que estamos ahí afinando cualquier cosa con el señor Eddie.
The technique, the head movement, the counter punching. What we're doing is we're sharpening our skills with Eddie.
What would beating Roman Gonzalez mean to you,
¿Qué significa
Martinez?
una victoria contra Roman González?
Pues ahora sí que pues son los grandes retos que estamos buscando, las grandes peleas con Román, pues Gallo Estrada, Román, Rombinzay, ahora sí que estamos esperando peleas fuertes, peleas grandes y pues más que nada son esas.
It's a big challenge that we're looking for. We're looking for big fights. After this could be Gallo Estrada, Rungvisai. We're looking for those big, tough fights.
Sam Rodriguez?
Con Jesse Rodriguez también.
Ay, pues ahora sí que estamos aquí en el boxeo para que nos pongan.
We're here in boxing for whoever they put in front of us.
The flyweight division, and super flyweight division, has always been a weight class where Mexican boxers have always been made for themselves. Were you ever influenced by someone like Ricardo Lopez or Michael Carbajal?
Pues sí, ahora sí que pues varias leyendas, el Finito, la Chiquita González, el Travieso Arce, ahora sí que grandes peleadores que pues más que nada pues pura motivación.
Yes, various legends. Chiquita Gonzalez, Finito Lopez, Travieso Arce, a lot of great fighters who have motivated me.
I know you don't want to give away the game plan, but what's going to be the difference? Why will you be the fighter that comes out on top?
Pues ahora sí que por la hambre, traemos la hambre, las ganas, y pues ahora sí que es el comienzo de nuestra trayectoria.
The hunger, the desire, and I think that this is the beginning of our trajectory.
Anything to say to your fans in Mexico?
¿Algún mensaje para tus aficionados en México?
Pues muchas gracias, no los vamos a decepcionar este 5 de marzo, no se pierdan la pelea, muchas bendiciones y con todo menos con miedo.
Thank you very much. We're not going to disappoint on March 5. Make sure you don't miss out on this fight. I'm sending you my blessings and with everything but fear.
Gracias y buena suerte.
Gracias.
Thank you. Thanks, brother. Yep.
Okay, nos vemos.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Of course.
See you, brother. All right, let's see if Roman is maybe still creeping around, or that might be it.
Bueno, dice que Marco es un peleador que viene y que sale, sin embargo, dice que va a mantener su distancia, que esa es la estrategia.
Hey, fellas, did Gonzalez already get out? Who? Did Gonzalez? Chocolatito. Thanks, fellas. Okay.
Who are you guys with? Are you guys
FightHype.
Fight night?
FightHype.
He's a fight. True School Sports.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Appreciate you, brother. You guys have a good one. Have a good one. Keep killing it. All right. That looks like it actually is officially it. Had to wait a while, but we got some Eddie Hearn and we got some Julio Cesar Martinez to close this stream out. We'll be live at the weigh-in tomorrow, so tune in, everybody. Peace out. Oh, check out the sweater. Bang, bang, bang.